Ladies and gentlemen, may I now introduce the man who until recently was President of Indonesia, Mr. Suharto. Mr. Suharto, thank you for coming on the show tonight.
It's good to be here tonight.
Mr. Suharto, could you give a reason behind your resignation?
I've relinquished the presidency of Indonesia because at the time, change is necessary in the government. For decades, I have helped the people of Indonesia in both my actions as a military leader and as a political leader. Now it is time for me to step down. I've given the presidency to my vice president.
What would you say is the role of political issues in your resignation?
As you know, Indonesia's government system is based on the new order system that I created after I assumed control of Indonesia in 1966. This was a major change from my predecessor Sukarno's government. Sukarno created an unstable government with a powerful political party but a weak military. My new order government has a strong military and also a civilian body, and that make decisions together. In recent years, there have been many who have called for increased rule by the civilian body, a more democratic Indonesia. As I step down, Indonesia will make this transition.
What was it you were saying about the strong military having a role in your resignation?
Immediately after I stepped down from the presidency, there were some rumors that opposing factions had emerged within the military. Some may have said that this could lead to civil war. These allegations are not true. Indonesia will always have a strong centralized rule, and it is this rule that will ensure that my power transition will be peaceful. In particular, military leader in general, Wiranto, has greatly aided this shift in power.
What was your role in the Indonesian economy?
When I first assumed the presidency, I sought to correct mistakes by my predecessor and make Indonesia better, starting by giving military authority over most of the country's operations, making the system more efficient. Since 1989, I have continued a lot of reforms in the form of 5-year plans. Most recently, the 5th and the 6th have focused on transportation infrastructure, telecommunications, and education. Also, I've increased foreign investment and free trade. I've also facilitated economic integration with China in particular, which has improved our economy, but has generated some controversy.
Could you explain to our viewers what Indonesia's role was in creating the Association of Southeast Asian Nations?
Indonesia is one of the founding members of ASEAN. ASEAN's purpose is to foster increased integration through trade and mutual defense and support in the face of threats like communism. This was so that each individual nation could working together with others could better concentrate on domestic affairs and national affairs and nation building. ASEAN was and is a success and has definitely helped lessen the impact of the ongoing financial crisis.
Do you think that the Asian financial crisis was avoidable?
Well, the financial crisis started in Thailand. The Thai baht dropped severely in value due to negative speculation, and eventually this speculation spread across Southeast Asia. This did not originate in Indonesia, so it is not Indonesia's fault, and sadly it cannot be avoided unless I was the president of Thailand. Indonesia had weathered crises in the past under my rule, but this time pressures grew so that our own national currency was reduced. And by the time of my March re-election in 1988, the situation was spiraling out of control. I did my best to curb the fall by complying by International Monetary Fund policies and subsidizing oil, but this created a lot of controversy and led to demonstrations.
What would you say to critics who believe that you acted selfishly during this crisis?
The situation was chaotic. If they were there, could they have done better? I know that people accuse me of trying to revert to the USD and causing our currency to drop. This was simply because I wanted to stabilize our economy. People accuse me of focusing on my own funds and my familial funds. But under the same circumstances, what is the most important thing to you? Is family important to you?
And what would you say to critics who say that you have committed crimes?
I asked them, how would they rule? I did what I thought was best for Indonesia. I worked to strengthen its economy and damaging events and policies enacted by my predecessors.
Mr. Suharto, thank you for coming on the show tonight. It's been an honor.
The honor is mine. Thank you.
Great. We'll be right back after this commercial break.